Hey, the Discord live's up. You guys aren't in there yet, so I'm gonna have to ask you to get in there. It's been up for approximately half a second, and you weren't in there, so I'm gonna deduct your pay, and that's that.
I'll get you paid.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rex.
I'm Relish,
My name's Snowman.
and today we are doing an NFL playoff bracket. We're gonna fight, claw, argue. Just kidding. We're probably not gonna do any of that, because most of our opinions are probably gonna be about the same.
Especially with this lineup of football, yeah, probably.
So let's start with the AFC. First round bye to the Chiefs, obviously. So then we got the Texans and the Chargers. The Chargers just picked up Zeke for the playoffs. I doubt he's going to play much, to be honest.
Right. Basically comes down to the Texans that are pretty young and the chokers. Every time that they've gone, they haven't really done well.
If it's the Texans that played before they played the Lions, I'm taking the Texans. If it's the Texans that played the way they played against the Lions and the games following that, I'm taking the Chargers. That's where I sit there. I'll let you guys come to a decision.
I'll be real, I haven't watched much of the Chargers this year, but I have watched a lot of the Texans highlights. I think they're good. I think they're with their younger team. They have a lot of potential, but I just don't think it's their year. I'm thinking they don't make it out of this first round.
The Texans or the Chargers?
The Texans.
Okay, Brennan's with the Chargers. Tori, you're the deciding factor.
I'm the deciding factor. What you go with?
I gave you my opinion, so it's gonna be based off of what you guys have to say.
I honestly think the Texans, because like I said, the Chargers have been very back and forth, and they haven't really had a great.
What's their? Do we have stats up? What's their record?
Went 11-6.
And the Texans went 10-7. I think the Texans are due for a dub. I really do. CJ Stroud is due for a good game, and I think it happens in the playoffs. So I'm sorry, Brandon, but I'm going with the Texans.
That's fair.
Ravens Steelers. Steelers don't make it out of the first round, and they haven't in the past 5 years. I'm going with the Ravens.
Honestly, this one's a fucking coin flip because they both have a win against each other in the regular season.
But Lamar is playing MVP football. This man has 1,000 more yards than he had when he was MVP. When he won the MVP. Passing.
Plus the run game and Derrick Henry. You got two powerhouses playing MVP football.
So I'm being honest, I think the Steelers head coach gets fired after this year. If they lose. Well, if he doesn't, I heard that some of these analysts want the Bears to try to trade for him, which I didn't know you could trade coaches like you can players, but apparently that's a thing.
It started with Sean Payton.
I'm going with the Ravens. I hate the Ravens, but I'm going with the Ravens.
I double down on that.
I still think it's a coin flip, but I'm also a little biased since the Steelers are my AFC team, but...
Sorry, man. Going out on a limb. Denver upsets Buffalo. Bo Nix is hot right now.
That is a very fair statement.
So, Bills and Broncos, I think Bo Nix and the Broncos are sleepers. I know it's not going to happen, but we have to root for an underdog, right?
I mean, if we're going to root for an underdog, that'd be one to root for. That'd be upset at the century.
It'd be really funny for the Chiefs losing horrendously to the Broncos, giving them that spot just to fuck up everyone in the playoffs. Just the fucking Bengals in it.
I like to go for upsets. I know the Bills are probably going to fucking demolish them, but I'm going to take the Broncos. Anybody want to double down or triple down on that?
I'm here for it. All in.
I am too. Just fuck it.
Because now we got the Chiefs and Broncos.
The rematch.
This time with all starters. I'm going to be 100% honest with you, Chiefs, unfortunately.
The Chiefs' black magic wears off and the Broncos win by 30. No?
As much as I love that, I can't.
Patrick Mahomes goes off for, I'm going to predict it, 300 yards at least and 5 touchdowns.
I honestly, and this is just hoping, I hope that if this game comes to fruition, that it's a shootout. I hope it's close, like every single Chiefs game this year.
It'll probably be that because it's literally every Chiefs game this year. And they won't get above 30 points.
I'm still taking the Chiefs.
I'm still taking Chiefs.
I'm taking the Ravens here. The Texans defense couldn't handle our high-powered offense. They aren't going to be able to handle Lamar. He's an offense by himself.
They're on a warpath right now.
Yeah, they are down Zay Flowers, but I think the rest of the team, as long as the receivers keep it together, I think they'll do all right.
I'm putting this right here, right now. I'm taking them here, and I'm taking them against the Chiefs.
I'll double down on that. They should have won the first game of the season against the Chiefs.
Warpath. That is a rematch waiting to happen. And I think Lamar alone is going to walk over the defense. And when he's tired, he's handing the ball off to Derrick Henry.
That's 32 for the Ravens, so...
I was going to say, I'm going Ravens as well. If the black magic curse that has affected the NFL doesn't break in the divisional round, it's definitely going to break at the conference championship.
Now we're going over to the NFC. Rams and Vikings. One of the Vikings' 3 losses is to the Rams. It's hard to beat a team twice unless you're Detroit.
I mean, that's fair. That's on statistics. I think Sam Darnold just had a little hazy moment last week, going up against the Lions. And
this is the biggest game. This is the biggest game of his career. It's the
think
first time he's been in the playoffs.
I think he was just a little hazy. I think he's got, because that was also a historic game.
But also, at the same time, how are you not going to take the words of Dan Campbell as inspiration to see them in 2 weeks and to not follow up?
That's putting a lot on everybody else, because that would mean the Buccaneers have to win and the Eagles. So, I like where you're headed. I am going to take the Vikings.
I am taking the Vikings.
Their defense kept up with us for a whole half of football. The highest scoring offense in the league. They kept up with us for a whole half. They kept up with the highest scoring offense in the league for a whole half of football. I'm taking the Vikings.
Right, because trying to say that the Rams are going to win, that would also mean that Matt Stafford would have to try to keep going at a level, even though he's aging out of the league.
So, taking Minnesota. I'm also taking the Commanders over Tampa Bay. Jaden Daniels is too good as a rookie. Probably one of the best rookies I've seen in a long time.
And I'm going to take the opposite side of this. I think the Commanders fall a little just short. They have a lot of promise. It'll be great to see them next year. But I think the Bucks.
All right, Brandon, the deciding vote's yours.
I personally, from everything that I've watched this year, think that it's a up-and-comers year, a young team year. I think I'm going to have to take the Commanders.
That would put them against the Lions. And as much as I hate the Packers,
I don't see it.
I still hate the Packers.
I was about to say, it's the Eagles 1,000% anyways, because they just lost Christian Watson and Jair Alexander. Fucking some of their...
Jordan Love is hurt again.
Jordan Love's not 100%. I fucking hate... I don't so much hate the Eagles as I do the fans. They got that one Super Bowl and they got...
I hate their head coach. Huge. I hate Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni is a piece of shit.
I'll put this in here. If it weren't for a blocked field goal, the Packers would have went 0-6 in their division.
Yes, they would have.
I don't think they stand a fucking chance.
Lions and Commanders. Lions have they got that dog. Alex Anzalone's back, and we saw what happened to the Vikings when Anzalone was back. It's a completely different defensive team. Completely.
They look coordinated. They're not getting caught up on each other nearly as much. A lot of those close games just with one key player could have turned out completely differently.
Right, and then calling back to a younger team, and then especially a rookie quarterback going against a strong defense.
I don't think he keeps up with the offense. I don't think they can go score to score.
Honestly, I could see it if the Lions' defense wasn't so good.
I mean, the Lions' defense isn't good. Let's go ahead and put that out there. Our defense is nowhere near good. It's just that they can't go toe to toe with our offense. I don't think they can. I don't think he has enough in him to not make a mistake or two.
Let alone, I don't know much about the Commanders' defense to really even refute anything.
The Lions are the only team in the entire league that can play 4 downs confidently. Almost
From
without
anywhere.
worry.
From anywhere on the field.
It could be 4th and 15, and you know their offense is still on the field.
Because we're past the 50-yard line.
It doesn't matter. They literally just sit there, and Dan Campbell said it best. I'm paraphrasing, but he made sure that his team is not scared of 4th down. There's nothing to be scared of playing 4 downs of football, and
especially if your defense is playing top tier. That's why we went for it 3 times against Minnesota and didn't get it twice, and we went for it a 3rd time. Because we kept holding them in the red zone. They could not score. I'm taking the Lions. That may be biased, but I'm taking the Lions.
I am also going with the Lions. Like I said, I'm not too sure about their defense, and with a rookie quarterback going against a competent defense, I don't foresee it.
I'm taking the Vikings.
Yeah, honestly, the Eagles only got up that far with their division being fucking
Dog shit.
awful. Their competition is the Commanders.
the Cowboys.
Which they've lost to, by the way.
Yeah.
Dallas ain't shit. Dallas ain't ever gonna be shit until Jerry Jones sells the fucking team.
Even if he
Or
hands it over to his
he's
son,
over.
they just need somebody with mental clarity to run the fucking organization.
I'm taking Minnesota. Their defense is strong. I mean, we saw what Van Ginkel did to fucking Ja.
That was a hit.
And, I mean, let's be real, though. Ja came back out and was like, so you hit me, I'm going to score 3 more times.
He said, that was a good hit. Now it's my turn.
But I'm still taking the Vikings.
I am also going to go with the Vikings. Like I said, it's nothing against the Eagles, like the players. But like you said, Sirianni is fucking piss, and the fucking fans are annoying. I don't want to see them succeed.
I know I said it's hard to beat a team twice, but Minnesota hasn't beaten the Lions in 2 years. When Dan Campbell took over, our first win was against them. They haven't beaten us since. Taking the Lions.
Dan's got their numbers, right? He's got
We-
them in hand.
We should be getting Terrion Arnold back and somebody else on defense.
Rumored return from Montgomery.
Montgomery is already confirmed to return in the divisional round. So against what our bracket says is against the Commanders. He'll be back right here.
I mean, that adds
Power.
another runner to rotate in. That's guaranteed 3 yards in a pinch.
I'm taking the Lions again. The Lions make it to their first Super Bowl this year.
If they don't, I blame the script.
So do I, because the script says the Eagles and Bills.
If we go off the Super Bowl logo fucking rumor, it's green and red this year.
So the
We're
Eagles and the
already off.
Chiefs?
Yeah, that would.
Nobody wants to see that.
I wouldn't tune in.
I think the Lions make their first Super Bowl.
I'm also there. It's kind of hard facing the same team for a 3rd time and trying to get a reverse win on it when being swept in the regular season.
Yeah, because your confidence level is already down. They're probably still down from the past 2 years of not being able to beat them.
Yeah.
Nothing against the Vikings.
No,
It's one of
all
those.
of it's
It's another one of
surprising.
those teams, man. Like you with the Eagles, I don't like their fans. When it comes to just us, they are super cocky and say that we are a garbage can organization. Yes, we have been in the past, but we aren't the same old Lions anymore. And you'd have to be stupid not to see that.
Or at least fucking willfully ignorant to everything that's been going on.
So, like I said, Lions make their first Super Bowl.
I'm here for it. I'm rooting for it.
I am also.
Here's where it gets dicey.
It's a shootout.
Ravens won. It's not a shootout. We can't stop a running quarterback. We just can't. Final score of this game will be the Ravens 42, the Lions 21. That's just what it is. That's not me being pessimistic. That's me being a realist. We can't stop a running quarterback.
Their defense has allowed more points than you guys this year. I think it's a lot closer than that. I think it comes down to like a missed field goal.
I mean, if it comes down to a missed field goal, then Jake Bates isn't missing.
I say 32-35 Lions.
I was about to say, if it comes down to missed field goals, it's definitely Justin Tucker's going to miss like 2 or 3 of them bitches.
So are you both on the same page then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you heard of the Hutch guarantee. He's going to play if they are in the Super Bowl.
Dan Campbell already shot that down.
Oh, really?
In an interview yesterday, he's like, I don't see it. I appreciate the optimism, but we can't stop a running quarterback. Never have been able to under Aaron Glenn.
I just think it's going to be a shootout game. I don't think it's going to come down to whether you stop them or not. I think they're going to get confident in their pass game, and they're going to try passing more than they need to. Oh, what was it was the Patriots and who? The
Rams?
Not the Rams, the Seahawks.
Oh, when they should have handed it off and they passed
They
it?
should have handed it off to Marshawn Lynch, because he could run. They got overconfident, knowing that they could have handed that ball off on the 1-yard line, and they threw it, and threw their game away. I see the same thing happening here. They have a confident run game. They're going to get overconfident in the pass game.
I mean, if this is what happens, cool. Aside from all of this over here and all this over here, if this is the final outcome, you will see a grown man cry. You'll see a grown man cry if we make it to the Super Bowl.
There's only one matchup other than this that would just tickle my funny bone a little bit, and that's a Bills-Lions.
I mean, I'd love to see the rematch.
I'd love to see a Super Bowl rematch.
Because in all actuality, because I picked an underdog, knowing the Bills are going to spank the shit out of Denver.
Let's go back and change it real quick, because it should update.
The 1 and 2 seeds on each side?
I can see it. I mean, between the Bills, the Ravens, and the Chiefs, right?
The Bills can't beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. That's the problem. They can beat them in the regular season, but they have never beaten them in the playoffs.
Right. I'm just saying, as far as interesting matchups, right? The Chiefs-Lions rematch that we should have saw.
Last year.
Have a possibility of seeing that this year. The Bills-Lions rematch, that's more of a fever dream than anything. Ravens-Lions would be a damn good showing of fucking nose-to-the-grindstone football. They're running head first at each other's defense until someone gets overconfident passing the ball.
I mean, the number 1 seeds, historically, 49% of the time make the Super Bowl. That's a very high percentage in comparison to the rest of the percentages.
Once it's broken down between the 7 teams?
I mean, just take a look at last year. Both number 1 seeds made it to the Super Bowl. And then Brock Purdy shit his pants again. Just so you know, Tori, you guys are probably going to undergo another rebuild. Same with the Dolphins. You guys don't have Tyreek anymore. He's leaving. Imagine he becomes a Lion. I'm kidding.
Unless.
This is our bracket, and I'm sticking to it.
I thoroughly believe in the shootout Super Bowl. Not really a shootout. It'd be more of a blood, sweat, and run game. Score for score. 4 quarters of hard-hitting football. I really just think it comes down to a missed field goal.
Well, YouTube, audience, comment section, Joe Biden, maybe.
The aliens watching and picking up our signals.
Hopefully you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Comment down below what you think is going to happen in the playoffs. I want it word for word. Play for play. The bitch better be a novel.
I want exact scores because I'm going to FanDuel.
Tell us who you think is most likely going to be in the Super Bowl, and then tell us your favorite Super Bowl matchup that you would like to see out of this bracket. And let us know. But
make sure you hit that bell notification so you know when we post videos like this or any of our other content. And yeah, Tori, take it away.
And with that, just like this discussion, all your problems become extinct.
You're all showing good times.
Citrus, no ablaze.
And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Bye.
You don't wanna fuck with me. A slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe.